Hi, Hiram here. Yesterday I did a video of snow melting on a modified, larger, fancy feast stove. This is compared to the original. From that video I got a couple of comments. One from Old Geekster 1, where Old Geekster said, "Hi Hiram. Since that was a larger than normal mod to the fancy feast stove, I find myself wondering how the original performs." Now, a long time ago I had used this, but it took way too long. That's why I made the larger one. But we'll try it again. So let's add some alcohol here. You have to excuse me. My voice is in the basement because it's kind of early. Okay, got my blast match wet. See if I can spark this. There we go. Even wet, it works. Okay, again, this is in the daylight, so alcohol flames are pretty near invisible. Got to be careful when you check for it. Okay, it looks like I have flames on the side. In the previous test, I used a large pot with a little bit of water in it. Got some discussion from that, which I'll cover in a video by itself. But let's pack this with some snow. And I do mean pack it. I pack it in there tight. Okay. So that's in fairly tight. Let's put this on here. Now this pot is larger than what I had planned to use when I made this disc a couple of years ago. So the pot actually hangs out past, in some places, past the disc and tends to melt the snow. So you got to keep an eye on that. But let's see how this goes from here. I'll start a timer right here. Okay, we're right on the verge of it being a good rolling boil. And that's B-O-I-L. Sorry I misspelled that on the last video. Somehow the letters dropped. Okay, we got bubbles, but not what I consider a rolling boil yet. Come on. You may have caught earlier, I had to stick a match underneath to make sure that the flames were still going. That's one of the things with the other burner. The fuel capacity on this is much larger than that one, than a regular fancy feast. So that was another reason why I went for the larger one. I don't know, this just looks like it's not going to get to a rolling boil. Biologically speaking, I guess we'd have safe water here. But I know guys that like to have their water boiling hot for the coffee and stuff. Let this go for a little bit longer, see if we can get it to a rolling. Okay, I'm gonna call it here. We still have flames, still have bubbles, but we don't have a rolling boil. I don't think that the diameter of this fancy feast is large enough to give a big enough flame to bring it to a rolling boil. So this would be hot enough for most people, but you know, just the way it is. So I'll measure this, see how much water. I tried to do it to the same. I'm just about out of alcohol there. I don't see anything in the bottom. So again, that's why I said this one gave me a much larger capacity. And originally I think this was a tuna can, a large tuna can, and a stew can with carbon felt around it. 1 inch, the same as on that. 1 inch from the flames to the bottom of the pot. But this is why I went for the larger one. So I thank Old Geekster1 for his comment. I thank you for watching. I look forward to your input, questions, remarks, helpful suggestions. And as always, watch for my buddy Max. Bye now.